like props there for being able to really flex these picks here, go for the raise. However, we'll see whether or not that's going to be the case here, or if this Zera isn't going to have that best performance that one would want from your Star Duelist player.
Am I correct in saying that Sunset is getting taken out from the map pool next season? It's Sunset and Ascent, right?
Sunset and Ascent,
oh,
yes.
We've got to appreciate this new lighting from Riot before it goes away. The map looks absolutely beautiful, and the new changes as well. It has made Cypher a little bit, I would say, less viable, removing some of the god trips from B, and it's just, you know, sort of taken out a little bit of his power, but not quite sure how much power just yet. We haven't really seen much since this big patch has dropped, as you know, it's the off season on tier 1, and we're just seeing a couple of tournaments pop up everywhere. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how much pressure the Cypher can actually put down on this map.
Gotta agree. We're going straight on to round number 1, though. The pistol going to be very important. Can CSUF Orange hold the line here? Defense a little bit of a weaker half, especially going against a composition with that raise and breach in hand, looking to explode onto sites. However, in round number 1, we're going to be seeing a lot more of that defensive positioning here, and immediately taking that first blood. Zera is going to absolutely take this dominantly.
I mean, it's a great first pick, right? Just completely weakening up the defense. You've got a lot of mid control now, and it seems they're actually not going to use it. 2 players now grouping towards A, actually reading this hit super nicely. And let's see how much they can do to stop this like super rush of 5 players.
Oh, but we're going straight on in. Wizdran gonna get hit out by the fault line. Paranoid to try and get the damage in. There's gonna be the paint shells trying to get some good damage. Strafing away. Wizdran going to be pushed to the brink. Immediately shut down. Zera for a double kill. It's gonna be the Olympians to keep on moving though. Getting pinged out. Rascal going to have to jump away, but Crafter is gonna be the first one to the punch. And it's gonna be the AW Olympians to take round number 1 here. And CSUF Orange, they were getting glazed by me at the start, but it's not going to happen any longer.
I mean, it's a fantastically played round from CSUF. Like, they've just taken that pick in mid and decided, all right, now's the time. Now they're weaker. They either going to have to split up, or they're going to have to gamble on one side of the map. And as they were in 2 groups of 2, they just had 5 players all rush down, not even a main, because then they don't have to tackle the mid. They tackle all throughout that elbow lane and just take the side like super easily, because all that used to have done, but the amount of players is so hard for them to hold anything off. So they just get so much value out of it. And again, looks like a very similar sort of approach to the rounds, with some presence towards mid and the gunfire about to start happening.
Oh, Coop gonna be the first one to take the shot. Zera's gonna be taken offline here. Looks like CSUF Orange, they got a little bit too much damage in the Olympians. Little bit of a too little too late scenario, taking down the opposing Omen, all up to Fresh. Can you make any types of kills? Not allow this to be completely overtaken. Maybe lose a couple more lives, but no, Coop's gonna close out early on in the thrifty round, coming in from CSUF Orange.
Oh, that's such a great read. Like, we've seen the first round where they tried to use the slow walk mid, and they've thought, well, now we can actually take a tempo. They've decided to push out super early with the limited guns they've got, take some great space in mid, that when they do end up tackling these fights in the mid area of the map, they just have the gun advantage. Similar to what happened on the attack side, where they had so many players on the A site and they just overpowered. They do the exact same thing, and especially on this low buy, getting this second round is so helpful, and it's just going to help them snowball that much easier. And you can see like an eco coming out here for Olympia. It's a hard round for them to win.
100% Olympia. You need to start changing something here, because immediately it does seem like CSUF Orange, they figured it out. They understand that mid presence that you do appreciate, and they're going to be going for it once more here, as we see the Sova and Omen starting to work up towards mid, dropping down the dark covers, looking to potentially make some aggression here. But as we see, Rascal, they're going to be the first one to punch here, but no, Mighty Bad Pig going to be able to take that first blood, shut down the Olympians. Anger looking to play a little bit aggressive here, finding the first, able to connect the shots, getting a second. Fault line comes through, able to relieve the pressure, and it's all going to be the Olympians completely fallen down.
And that's almost very unfortunate for Anger. He's trying to sort of jiggle out, try and get some info, and maybe a pick as he's jiggling out from the door, and then realizes he's just left out a little bit too late and he's trapped outside. And he manages for some great mechanical play to actually take that pick and then take another one down with him. And they've managed to win that mid skirmish, but I mean, it's a really hard round to win. I guess, like, especially when you're trapped out from that door, I would have expected a little bit more sort of push from the other team to try and get the pick out or to take some space once he's sort of been trapped out. But yeah, some great mechanical play and a great round to clean up.
CSUF Orange in a position of strength. The buy is back. The Olympians, they got that chance here with another gun round coming into play here, but immediately Zera is going to be caught off guard. Stuns come through. Coop's going to activate, and it's going to be CSUF Orange to really punch down. Scyther's going to come up fast, but immediately shut to the brink. And Scyther going to keep on pushing, but with so many people looking to pinch, taking them slow and steady. Olympians, they need to play careful here. We do see on the other side of the map, there's going to be a Cypher potentially going to be hit up by the mid site, and Fresh is going to be the one to shoot, but not the one to secure. And the Olympians, they're still alive, but how much more can they ask for? That's going to be the question. Realistically, though, with Mighty Batpig pushed so far up, immediately shut down, equalizing the game, and the Olympians keep on pushing.
This is going to be a bomb site game for them as well. They've got absolutely no anybody to contest there, and Anger's going to get spotted by the trip as well, narrowing his options a little bit more, and the bomb is going to go down pretty easily. And now a preparation for the retake 3v3. It's a really fantastic pivot, right? Great read.
Yeah, does seem like this pivot was really just that crucial play that you so desperately needed, but it's gonna be Wizdren to take the kill, take the damage. It's the Olympians falling down once more, almost getting hit by the stun, but Anger is gonna be the one to finish them off, cutting off their heads, chopping it off. It's gonna be CSUF Orange to take round number 3, forcing the AW Olympians back on another eco.
And this is where we're going to start to see that snowball coming in. That's the first round where it's been full buys of both teams. And with CSU have taken that, you can see their economy is absolutely insane. So much money on the side of them, and Olympians are going to have to go on another pretty shoddy buy. And if they don't start taking these rounds back soon, it's going to be a massive problem for them. Like, I mean, the gun advantage we've already seen is pretty huge in this game. Like, the only round that we've been able to take is that early one. And since that round, they've just been able to keep this pressure up in the tempo. And if they're not going to be able to get their economy sorted soon, it's not going to be looking good for them in a couple of rounds' time.
Immediately, though, we're going to be seeing another one of these classic mid pushes that they've been doing so often. Immediately, though, Dart's going to come through, broken immediately, giving Mighty Batpig that intuition. I need to back off. I need to stay safe. Flashpoint comes through, missing that first shot. The Outlaw's not going to be able to connect, and instead it's going to be a complete massacre over towards top of mid. Unable to find any kills, but instead just being able to completely take over the site here. Wizdren looking to take so much value. Finds the first, finds the second, but that's all they're going to find. It's up to Coop, finding a double kill, looking to clear out Heaven, but it's Fresh to keep this game alive. Can you make it happen? A 1v3 scenario. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be nice, but they're going to be able to find some early damage. They know that there's going to be one on the opposing side taking the flank angle. 2 bullets remaining, needing to get that little bit of value. First kill comes through using the ultimate. They are betting on themselves and they want to win it. Can they do it though? The answer is going to be no, and Rascal with a decisive headshot closing down the round.
I mean, it's a lovely idea. The idea of, you know, pushing through the mid. And what they've done before is, you know, play this methodical game where they try and get a pick and then maybe pivot through the main. And they decide, no, this time we're actually going to try and push forward even further in, take that top mid control and try and get a pinch onto the site. But it almost seems as though if you can't get that player up into main so quick, like, I mean, Fresh took quite a while to get up through the main choke point, and even then he had some resistance from Coop. Like, it's very hard for them to actually get that pinch off because they can just focus on one angle. And we saw it there. The 2 picks coming out from Wizdran, and then Coop's claiming 2 for himself. It's a very hard round.
CSUF Orange. They're in a bad spot immediately here. 4v4, it's scrappy, it's rough. There's gonna be the comeback, though, shutting me up. Fresh finds a single. Can they keep it going? The Neural Theft comes online, and it's gonna be CSUF Orange to take number 5. Can they keep on pushing?
And again, it's an absolute tragedy, right? The buy is still pretty shocking. And yeah, timeout's going to come out. I'd say that's probably about justified. 5-1 down this quickly, it's really dire. Like, I mean, even on the attacker side, the map is fairly balanced, I would say. And, you know, it's a hard one when you're on 5-1. You're down in economy. You've not even got that many ults. You've got the rocket, sure. But you're 1 point away from Sova and Omen, which is not bad. But you're really lacking in terms of like really big ultimates, like the breach ult, for example. Like, it's going to be a hard game to claw back at, and they need to start claiming a couple of rounds back off them, because if they keep letting the snowball go, it's going to be even harder. They're just making a bigger mountain for them to climb.
And you got to remember, the CSUF Orange, they have experience with these types of matches where they're at a severe aggressive position where they are the ones in that type of winning. As we saw, 13-4 was their previous scoreline. They know what they need to do in these scenarios, and they're not going to be giving away anything. Overconfidence might be something that they may potentially need to worry about, since this has happened twice now. However, they definitely have that chance to be able to keep this pushing, potentially capitalize on some problems, though. I can't count the Olympians out just yet. They take their time out. They want to be able to take some rounds. Can they do it? That's going to be the question. That's what they need to find out. CSUF Orange, they're sticking to their guns here. They want to try and counterplay the Olympians, and we see that with multiple people stacking towards the mid-site. Everyone, though, from the Olympians playing back towards their spawn.
And it's just a really, really nicely played round so far. Like, you can see them sort of coming back and holding these sort of deep choke points, almost expecting that they're going to take the round a little bit slower. They have been quite quick in their approach so far, trying to take some space on the map, like very quickly, and try and burst through these choke points without sort of losing that much time. And they've made that read of maybe they want to play slow, and they're not going to let themselves get caught out so quickly, playing very far back. And so far, a great read. Most players towards the B site, but the pivot looks quite strong.
They're diverging away fast. They want to hit towards that A site. It does seem like that has not been discovered by CSUF Orange. They haven't had that insight to the opponent's location. They have nobody on that A site to try and contest it. Just 2 tripwires. Potentially going to have the Cypher start to rotate over, positioning them towards that A site. It's going to be happening, moving over towards CT here. And the Olympians are still playing very slow. They're still keeping up the pace that they want to be playing at. They don't want to play aggressive. They still have 25 seconds on the clock. More than enough time to explode onto the site to get everything they could ask for here. Zera taking an aggressive angle, staring down the barrel. Can they find the kill? That's going to be the question. Finding the first, instantly finds a second. Withdrawn going to be that shining hope to take that trade, not allowing too much. It's Rascal for a third. It's going to be Anger to follow up, and it's just a complete dismantlement and a masterclass, especially from Anger, to bring CSUF to another round.
It's an absolute tragedy. They've played the round so well so far, getting that slow walk up into A after baiting them towards B, especially when they push into that sort of heaven area where the link is to mid. Like Zera, some absolutely heroic plays, getting 2 with the Sheriff on that low buy. And it looks like maybe they were able to salvage a round, but no, the flood comes in. And just some great mechanical skill, right? Like CSUF Orange just showing that they're not going to let that round get taken away from them so easily, and firing back with some great kills.
CSUF Orange at 6-1. 1 ultimate on board. The Olympians, if they want to win a round, they need to be doing it now. 3 ultimates on the board. Hunter's Fury. They got that showstopper as well to follow up on it. With that from the shadows as well, they can do those diverges that they've been doing so much, rotating from site to site. It's either going to be the first one to pick out onto B here. Can they be able to secure this first kill onto the opposing Sova, who's peeking a little bit too far potentially? We'll see whether or not that's going to be the case. Full utility is going to be available. A good buy. This is where it needs to secure a round, though. If you want to be able to have any chance of taking a tied half, this needs to be the start. A 7-5 isn't bad, but it's not great. They're going to be able to spot out the Omen playing on top of the generator. Zera's going to pull out with the showstopper, finding the opening. Mighty Batpig taken offline. Paint Chills comes through, securing some positional differentials, and it's going to be the Olympians dismantling CSUF Orange.
That's a fantastic bit of play there from Zero, getting a super quick entry with the Raise Rocket, and then another 2 kills straight after that, just completely claiming the site for himself. Just absolutely no cares in the world, and that's exactly what we wanted to see. Just some quick executes, actually taking some space into the site, and actually being able to hold the ground rather than letting them back in super easily. And I mean, it's a great round, right? Like, they've just managed to take the space. Some great mechanics coming out again and picking them off before they can come in early for the flood. Just being aware that they even can come in for the flood so early. And I mean, they've almost stopped them in their tracks. Like, it's a lot easier to sort of fight it when you're so aware. And I think, especially when they were so aware of they can flood, let's not get the bomb down so early, let's try and fight this a little bit. It actually helped them a lot there.
Immediately, we're seeing a little bit more proactivity here. CSUF Orange taking aggressive angles. People place down A main. People place down B main. They want to keep up the pressure. Can they do it? That's going to be the question. Peeking out into death. Not going to be able to succeed, though. Stuns come through. Coop wanting to keep their aggression up. But the luck is going to be ran out. And Anger is going to be the one to pay the price. Wizdran gonna keep on trying to get the defenses held up here, but they see this Roomba and they're gonna think that this is gonna be an A push. However, how wrong are they? Rascal right on the verge of finding a 5K. 1, 2, but it's Crafter to spot him out. Coop able to find the trade, but it was so unfortunate. Rascal getting shut down there. Mighty Bat Pig, will they be the one to be able to find this? First, a little bit of damage. TP comes through, but unable to secure anything. Coop finds 1. Coop finds 2. A 3K for Coop. Wizdran gonna come in and secure the round.
Absolute heroics again. The flood defense, as we've been saying before, comes in. Some nice mechanics to clean them up. And I mean, yeah, you can see in the chat the nice clear breach. Like, that's your lesson there, to check your corners, guys. The first player just walks by, doesn't check it, and it's almost an absolutely insane value play for Rascal, but no. Crafter decides to check the angle anyway and picks him off. And again, some more heroic plays with the mechanics, some nice picks, and it's a fairly easy round for them to claim.
Fairly easy. Does not even begin to say how these games have been going. 7-2. A couple rounds have been converted off of blood, sweat, and tears, but CSUF, they have so much left in store. Can they bring it in? Zera's going to be the first one to fall. An aggressive angle. Not able to be found out. Coop still undiscovered. Still alive and kicking. Looking to bring more. Looking to take more damage and find that value so desperately needed. CSUF Orange, though, they want to play slow. They want to be able to capitalize on that aggression. Pounce when it's most necessary. But it does seem like they're going to be able to do just that. Flashpoint comes through, able to block them off for just a second. Do you take the angle? Do you play aggressive? That's the question. The answer is yes. Finding the first, and immediately, do you back off? Do you play forward? Do you do anything you are going to regret? The answer is going to be no, and we see the Diverge coming away, rotating off the main.
I think Coop just getting a little bit too impatient there. You can see he's getting ready to slide out with his sprint out, and Offbrand's going to put his name into the feed as well, make it even worse. But yeah, you can see him. He's getting super antsy, trying to get out for the pick, and I think he's overextended just a little bit there. A couple of trades coming through, and Offbrand's going to get his third in the round.
13 seconds, though. That's all you got remaining. Crafter getting shut down. It's going to be the spike taken place. And is there time with the tripwire going to be there? There's no time. There's no time at all, I don't think. Oh, well, there might have been time, but we're never going to know because Mighty Bat Pig came in through the Hunter's Fury and just getting everything you could possibly ask.
Yeah, that trip is possibly devastating for them there. Like, you can see they're trying to get ready for the site. He's like, oh my god, I've just got enough time. And then the trip, out of nowhere, ties him down to the ground and he's not able to get the plant off. And again, it's a quite sad round. They've played that quite well. The respect on the A main and then being able to pick off Coop. They managed to sort of take the space onto the into the mid areas of the map. And once the bomb goes down, they finally managed to find a way out with the Omen ult, and it's just not quite enough still. An 8-2 is a really hard lead to fight back from, especially when they're on a pretty bad buy.
How do you deal with this? How do you take the damage that's being thrown at you? Zera gonna be able to find the first. That's gonna be Zera with a masterclass, looking to even up the scoreline with a double kill. Olympians, you need to still do stuff. You need to still get the value you so desperately need. Anger is gonna be the one to find the first, but it's gonna be a thrifty potential. Rascal needing to go big here. You have that Rolling Thunder online. That's going to be that key moment to win everything you could possibly ask for.
mean, if you want to ask how to wrangle them back in, that's probably your best answer, right, Zero? Just absolutely no cares in the world, showing off that his mechanics are there, and he's not going to let this game be taken so easily. He just jumps straight out, finds 2 on his own, and the space they've gained off this is immense. 4 players onto the bomb site, even getting some hooks into the choke points, and Zero's still going to get the kill while stunned.
8-3. This is the scoreline you need. The Olympians, they're in a position of opportunity here. If you can secure an 8-4 scoreline, that's going to be the massive position you want to be taking here. And I can't understate that. I can't say the 9-3 is going to be okay, because if you lose the pistol at that point, you're done. 10-4, that's fine. 11-3, that's just such a hill to climb.
I mean, even 8-3 is quite scary. Like, you've got 1 round in play, and a 9-3, although there's obviously the curse of that, it's still a hard scoreline to come back from, especially if they do end up claiming the pistol or even fighting back on the bonus like they did in this first half. It's going to be a mountain to climb, to say the least, even. Like, it's a very, very dire scoreline. They need to really take this round if they want to feel even a little bit safe in this. And Zera's going to try and take some space on his own.
Showstopper comes out. Zera needing to find something. Rascal's going to be able to find the first. Unable to connect the Showstopper. Anger's going to be able to trade it out. There's the Neural Theft to try and get some value in play. Aftershock's going to be there, but Anger not going to be getting hit by that whatsoever. 3v3 situation diverging away from the B site, but it's already been found out with the A players meeting over towards the site here. It's absolutely dominant here. Wizdren, how do you find something here when there's nobody to take the damage? Flash comes through. Site's being taken. Fresh doesn't have bomb, though. The bomb's still going to have to come on over. Looking to plant this down real quick and easy. Getting the Cypher cages up and ready. Not going to be able to plant the spike just yet, though. Aftershock to come in. Crafter putting the... Okay, that is not what I would have expected. The Rolling Thunder to be the opportunistic item to really get the damage in. But everyone's going to be hit by that Rolling Thunder immediately here. Both teams getting shut down by it. Mighty Batpig, though, going to get taken offline. It's Crafter. It's a dismantlement. Despite taking the first blood, it's CSUF Orange to take the die. And it's going to be the Olympians to take an 8-4 scoreline.
You know, as we were saying, such an important round for them to take. And the Rolling Thunder is actually really good there, considering it's a counter roll. The only one that's not hitting is Mighty Batpig, and even then a little bit too tunnel visioned. He started to walk out and managed to get picked off by the Cypher in main, I believe. And I mean, at that point the round falls apart. Like, you lose your flank, both your players are stunned, the time's ticking down, and well, they've got the mechanics to back it up. They've just cleaned it up super nicely, losing no more lives after that 3v3 retake. And as we said, it's such an important round to claim, right? Finally used that ult to good use, and yeah, not much more to say about it, really.
CSUF Orange. Round starting. You win this round, you're in a massive advantage here. However, as we've seen, they don't need to win the pistol to win the half. Coop able to get so much damage put onto them and immediately off-brand. Gonna be the 1-2 pound. Mighty Batpig taking a lot of damage early on. The Olympians, they want to take this, and they want to take it in style.
I mean, a very similar approach. The sort of really slow mid cook as they try and work their way up and find a pick. But instead of the attackers finding a pick this time, it's the defenders. And again, this is a great way to get a hook into this round almost in such an important pistol, is to get that early pick. And now 3 players trying to move into the contested area of the map, and Anger's going to find one.
CSUF Orange able to get completely destroyed at the end, though. A double kill, a triple kill. Zera 2 pound and demolish the CSUF Orange squad. How do you come back from that deficit? That's the question. And immediately the AW Olympians taking the pistol once more. Will they full buy into it and learn from their mistakes? That's going to be the question.
I mean, I talked about earlier, what's the benefit of having a Raze over a Neon? And although it's not particularly the Raze, like util there, Zera is making great use of the movement he's getting from the satchels, and his aim is not lacking by any means. That's 2 kills with the Sheriff, just 1 taps, straight from the top mid position, and the value he's getting his team this game is absolutely immense. 15 and 9. And again, another
CSUF
sort of slow
orange.
cook here.
Ooh. Potentially going to be taking some aggressive angles here, which honestly, if you really think about it, if Zera gets absolutely massacred, I don't think the Bulldogs can be enough to really be able to shut down that close range angle that's going to be taken here, which is why I really like this aggression towards the A site, since they have some plans that they want to activate to try and secure some of these close range fights, to really just make these Bulldogs and Spectres go and not really have that value you would want. Cube going to be the first one to attack here. Fault Line's going to come through. Pain Shells to secure at least a single kill. Zera's going to be the one to find two. Anger's going to get trading that kill, though. With a 3v4 situation, Pain Shells come back on the line. Zera's finding a 3k, and it's going to be CSUF Orange to really start falling.
And as I've literally just said, oh, a bit of a dodgy nade there, but the mechanics certainly not lacking from Zera. He's claimed 4 and the ace almost, but Wizdran is going to find back with a sheriff and a second one. Try and wrangle them back in, and Cypher, his position is quite unknown. And he's going to put an end to this clutch.
Yeah, it just wasn't enough. It wasn't the play that you would want it to be. It wasn't how well you want these games to be going. And at this point, it kind of seems like CSUF Orange might potentially be falling here. We'll see whether or not they have anything up their sleeves that they're going to be able to show to win this match. But immediately here, the mental, I mean, after that last one, it did seem like they didn't really have any big plans. Obviously, it was going to be a round that they shouldn't be winning. But as we saw in the first half, they had a really good game plan going into that second round. And then they were able to really pounce. However, in the previous round, it just seemed like they were just playing a very standard game that didn't have any special ideas behind what they want to be doing.
And again, it's a very similar strategy. Again, this really slow burning strategy in mid, trying to find this pick, and they're not really getting super proactive. But I mean, it's worked the first couple of rounds, so we're going to see if it works even with these sort of dodgy buy. The wrong team. Coop is going to put his name into the feed.
Coop getting that first. Definitely a big pick. Scyther's going to peek out mid. 2 players up towards mid. How do they want to push this? Do they peek? Do they stay back? That's going to be the question. Playing with fire. How do you take it? The gasoline looks to be coming out, though, with Fresh pushing in. Instantly taken offline. Wizdran able to get that kill to bring a 3v5 situation. We do see the Rolling Thunder offline. Paranoia is going to come out. Coop hit by that. Not able to connect on the kill, though. Off-brand taken offline. Scyther going to be in a little bit of a bad spot. 69 HP. No utility besides 1 shock dart. Anger potentially going to be able to find out the breach. Crafter taken offline. Scyther finds 1, but 1 is all they can find. And a triple kill from Coop to end off the round.
And a super clean third round as well. Just... you don't want to be losing too many members in that round, and keeping 4 of the guns coming into the next one is super good, especially when Zera's missing a gun as well. We're about on equal buys now, and we've almost got equal footing in these rounds. It's sort of almost the same thing as we saw in the first half, where we sort of need to be claiming some of these rounds back now, is seeing how these full buy rounds go and who's going to take control of the game, because now that rounds are only, or now the score's only 3 rounds apart, and this is a lot more attainable for Olympians.
Rascal in a bad spot, potentially. A lot of people staring down the barrel here. How do you decide to play this? Paranoia could be activated, but instead it's Zera to take the kill. Mighty Bat Pig potentially here to get some good damage on a line. Smoke comes through. Zera is going to find the next, connecting the shot. 3v5 situation. Olympians looking to really take this round in style. Anger is going to be caught with the knife out. It's a 2v4 though, with Wizdran able to trade it. Spike goes down, able to get that 200 credits for the players. Scyther though, they're going to be the one to really find this value. The first person to peek out, looking to get the kills. Wizdran needs to make that hero play to find a 2k. Looking to get 1. Coop finds 1, but not able to get a second. Wizdran going to do the same, but a wallbang to close it out. And a 7th comes onto the board for the Olympians.
And again, as we've been saying almost the entire game, a very important round. Now the economy is going to be on their side, and they can start taking a couple of these rounds back. The difference now only being 2, and especially with this next pretty sort of shoddy buy coming through, it might even be 9-8, and then the game looks insanely winnable. Like, we're looking at a really, really even scoreline. The economy sort of balanced out, and I mean, look at the ults they've got available as well.
Yeah, the ultimates, you got 3 ults on this CSUF squad that can be activated, put online anytime. Well, except for the Cypher ult, obviously. But, you know, comboing the Rolling Thunder and the Overdrive, that could really be that necessary combination to take some of these rounds. Especially when they do opt in for an A-site attack. Since executing on this site could really be a problem, the explosion might not work as intended with 3 players holding this, especially 3 players with a lot of CC abilities, with that paranoia, with the fault line, with the flashpoints online, and the paint shells. There's going to be a lot of real power behind this. The firepower is going to be strong, but immediately Flash comes out, able to connect onto a couple players over off-brand with just a judge in hand. Not going to be enough to peek. Rolling Thunder comes out along with Flash coming in. Overdrive is activated, able to find out off-brand. A massive kill because that judge could have been really detrimental. Owl Drone's going to come online, 19 HP. There's going to be the massive fault to go down. Scyther takes the kill. Coop going to be the one to trade it, though. Nobody's able to secure anything here, but it's going to be Zera to do just that, equalizing the game. 3v3 situation and instantly pulling in Olympians and opting out of the site, instantly rotating over to the B site and looking to make an execute over there.
As we said, that Rolling Thunder and Overdrive combo just completely sort of, you know, taking a lot of space and taking 2 picks with them as well. They just sort of let them know, hey, it's not going to be that easy to take this game back. And the plant is going to go down for them now. The retake starts to come in. And a pick for Zera.
Mighty Bat Pig getting taken offline, putting them in a 1v1 situation fresh at 150 HP. Getting that HP advantage is going to be big, but it's not going to be that deciding factor. The deciding factor is going to come down to who's able to take this. The clock's going to be in favor of the CSUF Orange squad, but can they capitalize on that fact? Can they make them start to sweat? And the answer is going to be yes. And AW Olympians taking round number 10, or losing round number 10 and getting that taken away from them. CSUF Orange taking a 10th, double digits online.
Again, the gap is now 3 once more. And with a pretty sort of terrible bye, you're almost expecting 11-7, even though we have just seen a thrifty round go the way of CSUF. But 11 is scary. Like 2 rounds coming away, and now we've got the Sovero online as well. We've got the Hunter's Fury, we've got the Neural Theft still. And with a good buy like this, we can think maybe even if they claim this round without the ultimates, they've got a lot of good utility for the round after that. And almost Olympians' sort of utility and resources are draining thin. And Rascal is going to claim one for himself.
.3v5 situation. Off-brand trying to make a hero play. Scyther's going to be able to take a double, but not going to be enough. The Sheriff was good, but the Sheriff was not good enough. CSUF Orange in a 3v1 situation, executing this B site immediately, planning down that spike. We'll see whether or not there's going to be any leftover kills or potentially a round transfer here. That would be big if you're able to convert this, but in the position they're in right now, it does seem like Vandal is going to not be enough. With 11 rounds, 1 more away from match point, it looks like the Olympians might just be falling.
It's a really, really scary position to be in. They're 2 rounds away, and especially if they get this one, your buy is completely destroyed for that final round. So this is really the match point almost. This is a really scary round for you to try and win, and they're going to try and get back. They've now got the Neural Theft and the Hunter's Fury online as well, and they're only 1 point away from the Rolling Thunder as also, so just 1 orb and they can try and take the side with that. But I mean, as we say, it's a very, very terrifying round to go against.
AW Olympians 7-11 situation, 2 ultimates online, same ultimates online for both squads. Off-brand's going to take some damage with the regen shield. It's first time ever being actually useful in any game, I'd think, since, oh my god, that ability sucks. But Zera able to take that first kill. The Orange squad taking a player down. Can they be able to close this gap? That's going to be the question. Immediately doing so, though. Anger able to get that kill, dropping down to Neural Theft, the exact player you'd want in this situation, giving the insight to the CSUF squad that there is nobody on this A site. It's going to be clean for the taking, and it's going to be a diverge, which is completely wrong. From the shadows comes out. Everyone starts rotating. Zera's going to be able to call him out. The spike's down. There's going to be the Hunter's Fury. And it wasn't even necessary at this point. It was just a little bit of an extra thing. But at this point, it just seems like this round might just be converted. The Olympians, they have everything they could ask for. Player advantage, bomb in their hands, a lot of utility available. It just seems like they got everything they could possibly ask for. But immediately, Fault Line is going to be coming through. There's going to be the kills coming in line, though. Off-brand closing this gap, forcing them out of play, widening it even further. 13 seconds on the board. Anger looking to try and make some kind of flank happen, but Zera on a 3K to close out the round. 8-11.
And a great win that is. That position from Anger to get all the way up into that A site, an absolute thorn in their side. And he managed to get a pick. And I think they've just overcooked it a little bit. They've got so much space and almost so much time as well. I know there's some players around there, but I think they can actually get onto the bomb site and maybe take some space before they can actually get that flood defense back in. And they've decided to TP back to the B side where they've got no information. And as we said, it's the wrong call. Like, Zera's already there ready. And there were two players in BCT just waiting to retake the site. So I think maybe just a second thought that was a little bit overcooked, if I'm being 100% honest with. And again, just a nice, slow mid start.
Either in a position, finding utility, finding information off-brand, looking to potentially take some information, finding some space onto the B site. It is going to be completely empty when it comes to the defenders. Everyone's playing on these extremities. Coop's going to be hit out by the Fault Line, able to connect. That's going to be really good. Aftershocks can come out with it. Looking to break the door here. Not going to be able to spot out any enemies right away. The Olympians, they're going to still be really towards that B site here, with everyone on the CSUF squad looking to potentially execute onto the A site. It really could cause some problems. The Olympians, though, they know this. They're going to start rotating as well. Fresh is over towards this A site. Paranoia comes out. Tripwire is broken. Fresh trying to spray in. Looking to take some damage. Unable to connect any shots. There's going to be this overdart to try and make something, but unable to get any information. No pings go through. Smoke goes down. CSUF Orange plants the spike, and it's going to be all ready to rock and roll, but 4 ultimates on the Olympian side are definitely going to start giving them that advantage. Rolling Thunder along with that really just massive ultimate economy here. 2 ultimates. Showstopper gets activated along with the Rolling Thunder. Going in immediately. Zera's able to find the first, instantly traded out by Coop. Coop gets a second, but instantly shut down. Scyther able to really limit that, not allowing that to snowball, but Scyther finds a second. Rascal gonna find one, but a Sheriff shot is all they're gonna get out, with the 2 players remaining, getting the scoreline up another round.
I mean, there's a round where almost you might think that maybe they could go back, but I mean, all those players towards B, they managed to get the bomb down super early. There's not enough players over there for the flood, but I think it comes down to them almost sitting on the site, just not taking enough space. And then the flood's almost too easy, or the retake's too easy, because I mean, they had so many ults there on them. They've used 3 ultimates in that round, and it's just far too easy for them to get back into the site because, I mean, they're already there. Like, pushing up to these sort of close angles and using that utility, it's so hard to get away from them because you just haven't taken any space in their own territory.
A little bit of a misplay with a dart here. Unable to find any real information with that. CSUF Orange in a position where they're at the advantage. They have 2 extra rounds. Overdrive's online. But is this enough? Is this going to be good? That's going to be the question. Fresh playing the back of the site. Trips all around, spreading, trying to trap, trying to capitalize. That's what they need. That's what they want to capitalize on. Can they do it? Can they make some changes? Immediately Fresh, though, going to be stunned up. Flash comes through. Off-brand, the first to fall in its Anger with a 2K. Showing off the dominance. that this CSUF Orange showed in match number 1, bringing it to match number 2. They want to close it out. They want to close it out now. Scyther going to be the last remaining player taking this vertical high ground, but all 3 people flooding out of CT. It's a bloodbath. It's a firing squad, and it's CSUF Orange taking match point.
Match point.
And now an insanely scary round. Not only is it match point, not only is the buy pretty sort of, it's a bit shoddy, to be honest. They've got a couple of rifles. They're going to have to play a couple of Guardians, but also you're going against the Rolling Thunder. You're going up against the Overdrive, and they're 1 point away from the Neural Theft as well. And yeah, they've got the From the Shadows and they've got the Cypher ult as well, but compared to the Breach ult, it's nowhere near the same value, and it's going to be an insanely hard round to try and claw back if they decide to invest these ultimates. And the timeout's going to come out for the Olympians to try and see what they can kind of get in this round, see if they can recoup, strategize, how they're going to play against these ult, how are they going to play against with this sort of buy. And we've really got to see what they try and cook out here, because, I mean, as I said, it's very scary, it's very hard, and, well, it's very important as well. I imagine Zera might be a bit scared as well. 27 and 16. He's been on an absolute storm this game. And I feel like he's going to try and do everything he can to try and get his team off the line and just claim back this round as early as possible.
That is that really necessary point of action. You want to be able to take this. You want to be able to take it fast. 12-9 scoreline. A decisive blow to the AW Olympians can be all it will take. But will you be able to do it here and now? 2 ultimates online, 2 big ultimates. We've seen these used before. We've seen them find the value they so desperately need to be able to do. But right now, Rascal going to be that one player looking to get that lurk on. We've seen them do it before. We've seen them do good. Anger's been a little bit better. I think I'd prefer seeing that. However, they were a little bit farther behind on this push towards the A site here. A little bit more aggression comes on, putting over another player to do this working position here, having that Neon a little bit more of a impactful player as we've seen, so it is a little bit surprising seeing them on a little bit more of a rough role to be playing as that lurk, trying to be able to just completely open up the site, give your team that availability. Coop gonna push up though. They want to play aggressive, finish them off now, play in their spawn, find them when they're weakest. Scyther gonna be the one to fall, and it's Coop to pick it up. Rascal potentially gonna be able to find something up here, but not just yet. Going to find a completely unused site. Nobody's here. Nobody's found out. And instead, it's going to be a quick, a decisive push. And now a 5v4 situation retake in play. How do you come back from this? That's the question. Do you go towards the main? Do you try and do something else? Obviously, we see this Neon potentially going to find some out. However, all 4 players looking to play from CT. And that could definitely become a rough spot to be playing in. However, nobody's going to be really available to take offline. Coop looking to potentially go for a flank. Never mind, they're going to be sticking onto the site here. Mighty Bat Pig getting that first little bit of damage. Coop going to find the first onto Zera. Great pick to shut down the paint shells. And it's Coop for a 4K. And it's just going to be a phenomenal push. Do you find the ace? And the ace is there to shut down the match. 13-9. CSUF Orange make it to the finals.
Yeah, that's an actually incredible round there. They get the bomb down. They manage to get this perfect lurk into the B site for completely free. And then after that, as we said, the breach ult, they can just sit there and play post plant. There's absolutely nothing they can do about it, especially with the Neon coming up through the market. And you've got the overdrive up as well. It's so hard to try and get that round back,